So we're starting off with our fur family, um, and of course, uh, Jasmine Bear and Rama and Alexander are longtime friends. I just woke her up to say hello to them. And tell us who you've got there.
Well, this is Samba, born in the south of Italy and now living in Nice in France, where we are at the moment, where the one home journey is parked for this week. Oops.
So
Beautiful.
he's
Well, it's
our
a happy, holy day opportunity to be with our beloved friends, Rama and Alexander, who have been traveling all over the world, sharing the wisdom and the support through Home for Humanity. So thank you for taking a few minutes to be with us on our December 27th show. And tell us, where are you right now geographically?
We are in the south of France, and we couldn't be happier that we are joining your show, dear Scott. Right around your great birthday coming around, and
Thank you. Thank you. And we're, of course, sandwiching our talk with you in between two songs from our beloved mutual friend, Tatiana, who has become, she kind of, her coming out a few years ago was on our show, and she was kind of shy, and, she hadn't been performing for many years. And now she's just like a superstar, and doing her retreats. So it's been really wonderful to watch her evolution.
Yes, and the two songs are two amongst the three or four songs that have been a beautiful way that she's been part of the Home for Humanity family from the beginning, that she's composed, inspired by the movement, to support the movement. And one of them is actually the One Home Anthem, which was like the send-off song as we started our journey. Which we feel it's such a blessing to be with you on your birthday, in your birthday moment. And really, we felt that at this time, it felt like a time to count what you just said as we started the show, dear Scott, which is the gifts, the gift of life,
Oh,
the
yeah.
gifts that life gives us. I mean, Christmas was a big uh, reminder to us, that life is always coming up in the midst of terribly troublesome times with a gift, if only we will see it and recognize it. But also asking of us, what's the gift we have to give back to life? And it felt like right now, with what's happening around the world, these kind of dark times we are in, where we are all looking for that beautiful sunrise right behind you, that that's the time for us to be really reflecting on, counting the gifts in our lives and feeling the sense of utter gratitude, but also thinking of, wow, what is the gift that I am, and what's the gift that I offer back to life at this time around Christmas and the New Year, whatever, religion, creed, whatever one's background might be, but it calls for that.
Yeah, well, through all of humanity's time, when it was dark, that's why they celebrated the solstice, was to call in the light. And then, of course, if you wish, the darkness, that the light of the Christ consciousness represented by Jesus or Yeshua, but it's that light um, in the darkness. And really, the two of you are such bright lights, and you've been traveling so much. So, tell us a little bit about the tour. Which countries did you go to, and what 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 was your overall experience of humanity after traveling to all these places?
well, wow. I mean, this is a big story, and just wanted to connect also, Scott, as you are turning 70. That time of the year, 18 years ago, also brought us together. So we are also celebrating the gift of relationship. And I only bring it up also because on a deep level, this was the one home journey, as we call it, a celebration also of relationship, or a celebration, you call it the global tribe, the family of life, and beyond humanity, where we come together in a new way. And we feel very strongly this is the calling. Also the calling we picked up on the journey as we traveled, your question, to 20 countries in 4 seasons. We traveled a season to Africa, a season to Asia, Asia, Oceania, a season to Abhyayala, to the Americas, and a season to, the Arab world and back to Europe. And kind of tuning into, on the one hand, the new practices, new ancient practices we find in each and every culture that can take us into the future, but also into its indigenous wisdom of every culture. And, of course, connecting to our one home.
And that's also why, as we tuned in, especially when we heard it was your birthday, in addition just to the gift of life, this was, our entire journey was around the concept of gift. So it's a gifting culture, it's a gift economy. So it's really this notion we felt that on Christmas Day was when 18 years ago we received the big gift, the aha moment or the duh moment that we were in each other's lives and we've been brought together for a purpose. That was the day we recognized who we were for each other and committed to making our lives a gift back to life, of dedicating our lives to serving humanity, the family of life, the earth, and a future where we could live together as a family of life. And that's what then led to the next aha moment many Christmases later, on New Year's, to the vision of the one home journey, where the journey, yes, it's a journey, but it's really the sense of it's the inner journey into ourselves, while we are journeying to every country on earth over these 7 years, to tap in to the gift of every part of this. Was a gift we received when we started the journey from an artist. It's very, very light and fragile, and it's Michel Granger, who's been portraying the earth since the 1970s, and it's just showing the earth as seen from space, so our home. And this has been held by 12,000 people, from babies to children to young people to elders to indigenous communities, women in slums and refugee camps. And every time the biggest learning was when people held this, immediately there was this silence, this inner reverence, this oneness, this love, this awakening, this knowing, this eternal knowing, whether with children or with elders, So that was like a symbol of the gift of the journey.
And Scott,
I want to take a moment because I really could feel that. And I want to invite our audience just to take 30 seconds of silence to imagine through Rama and Alexander this beautiful, gentle, fragile object, this fragile earth that we're on. How many people touched it, held it?
About 12,000.
12,000. So let's just all tune in to our humanity through the 12,000 people touched by Rama Alexander in this little microcosm of our Mother Earth Gaia.
Scott, if I may add to your invitation an experience that we may also share on this screen as we are holding together the earth. There was something very unique that we discovered in doing so, which we didn't know before. In the moments when we held the earth together, and we usually did it, after workshops we did, be it in refugee camps or in slums or in orphanages or in kindergartens or in schools. When we held it together in those moments, there was every border between us was gone. Whether white or black or young or old or different social classes, in these moments there was a reaching out to something which is shared, which is precious. And beyond that, there was a sense of, I want to contribute to that. I want to see that flourish, and this is ours to care for. That energy was universal and very profound, and led us also in deeper understanding of where the journey goes in the future.
Yes. And we began to call that, and that was a gift, when you said, what did we learn? Because when we first finished the first year in July, we spent some time again, what did we learn from every culture and every country? What was unique? And then we spent a lot of time reflecting on what was in common? What is it that links us as humanity? What brings us together as humanity and unity? And it was what Alexander says. And the name that rose up and came to us was, what's emerging is Earth citizenship, humanity recognizing itself, wherever we are, that we are citizens of this one home, the Earth, and we therefore have the agency. Whatever happens to us, we can choose to give back the gift of life. We can choose to say a yes. We can choose to create something in the midst of nothing. That is our choice. And if we do it together, it can flourish. That was something so beautiful. And it's what we are building the second year, which we've just begun, on that basis of what we learned from the first year, that everyone is rising with this yes. I want to make my gift, my unique gift, and there is something I can give which no one else can give. And if we do it together, there is so much impact we can have together for our future.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And beyond this old metaphor of the global village, the Earth citizenship is seeing the Earth as a living organism. It's not something we dominate or which is ours to extract from, but this is a living being which includes all of us, Jasmine Bear and Samba and all our fellow beings. And at the same time, it is profoundly local, Scott, because Earth and many of the homes for humanity that we visited, are working in new ways with the Earth, be it in indigenous communities or new kinds of farming, bringing Earth and land together, bring us into new relationship with the Earth we are caring for locally, while at the same time there is a sense of interconnectedness, of planetary family, of the oneness of life. This is a profound discovery that we found in all our cultures, also in our cultures, Rama, I would say deep philosophies, from
Yes.
Ubuntu in Africa or Mitakuye Uyasin, the Native Americans.
Did you
We are
guys
all-
happen to be in Africa at the same time as our friends Pato and Antoinette? Did
Oh,
We connected, like
Absolutely.
our Homes for Humanity youth partners then connected with them. So it was just a few months off. So there was a lot of communication going on, which was wonderful. What we would love, like we did last time, Scott, we need to say, the last time we were on your show, shortly before the journey, we had Pops Mohammed, the icon of indigenous and
I remember him. He was
African music with
beautiful.
us.
Yeah.
And he just passed right before his birthday, which was the 10th of December. So we are just honoring him because he really accompanied us all of these years as we passed. But we thought that, as we always do on your shows, we would love in a few moments to bring to life some of the gifts of the different cultures. Alexander, maybe you just want to share the gift. We mentioned we traveled as a gift culture and a gift economy, which meant that what we really wanted to bring back, maybe you want to share that, is the values of generosity and sharing and...
which is deeply ingrained actually in all our cultures, which we found this profound sense of generosity, of sharing home and sharing what you have. This is a beautiful bag that in fact Rama received when we visited a wonderful tribe in Kenya, in the Mount Savu reservation, and who are working on a new kind of economy, and they invited us into their space, and at the very end we received this gift, which now carries the gifts of all the cultures we visited.
And just going back to our gifting culture, what it means is, we offer the journey as a gift. We go to every country and work with children, with women, with youth, with indigenous elders, and recognize who want to build the future, but also honor and recognize outstanding organizations that are role models for how we could live in peace and unity, in harmony with nature and with each other. And we received the hospitality. We always stayed home to home with our hosts. So everything we were able to do was because we could travel at minimum cost, living with people, them transporting us from place to place, so very ecological. And then, the few gifts that we received, financially from well-wishers to enable this to happen. And the impact in 1 year made us realize, my gosh, if that could happen in 1 year, what can we not do in the 7 years of the journey? So we can really experience every year how this world is coming into being. So just a few clots, if you're up to it, that we could
Yes.
travel with. Yes. So this one has one cloth from every country or community we were in, which we received as
Wow.
a gift. And the beauty with cloth is, it's really the coming together of nature and culture, right? Because cloth is
Right.
made out of nature. And so when we travel with it, people touch it. So they feel they're connecting with all of the people of that country. So it's quite powerful. So we had just chosen a couple of poems that Alexander wrote in the countries as we traveled, his morning poetry, and a couple of, not the full stories, but kind of like a little dash to take you to take all of the global tribe to the different continents we were in and into the second year, which has just begun, because we've really been traveling with you. You've been with us, the global tribe has been with us. It's been an awakening journey with you. And we would love it that as the years unfold, we are tapping in with the global tribe, regularly, season by season, to continue this journey together.
Yeah. And Scott, maybe just to mention the Global Tribe, it's so beautiful how many partner organizations also work with us, from the Holo Movement and Purpose Earth or Tatiana's organization, Ignite. All of this is coming
World
together.
Future Council,
The
yeah,
World
and
Fu-
the prize. No,
Yeah.
yeah, we could come to
And
that.
it's very true. It seems like it started with the pandemic. And March of 2020 is when the Global Peace Tribe was born. And I noticed that is when Unity
Yes.
Earth and
Oh,
the
yes.
Field and Soul Search, so many organizations began around that time. And instead of there being this kind of competitive,
Mm.
thing that it used to be like that with nonprofits, everybody just supports everybody else. I grew up in LA, which was Los Angeles in the entertainment industry, which of course is highly competitive. And just the lack of competition and the amount of compersion, I love that word, compersion, that takes place within all of our different groups. Just like, of course, the moment I mentioned Patra and Antoinette, of course, you're collaborating with them, right? So we're all teaming up in our own unique ways, which is such a beautiful thing. I want our audience to know how they can learn much more about you, because this is just a little homeopathic dose of your amazing medicine. So
Oh,
please go, everybody, to homeforhumanity.earth and set aside some time, because there's a lot to look at. It's a very elaborate website. And this is, of course, what we're talking about. They just got back from 20 countries, and there's so much to share. They've got videos, and it's just beautiful exploring. I was taking a look at it last night, and there's so many parts to what's happening here. So please, let's all support Home for Humanity. And when we go back live, I'm going to have Tatiana share a little bit more about how people can support you. So, and I
you.
really hope to see you. I just learned before we came on air, they're coming to the United States, and they're going to be on the West Coast in March. So we must create time together when you come to the West Coast.
We
We
will
would love
definitely
that,
will.
Scott. And do we still have a couple of moments to literally take you around the earth and
Sure,
share
sure,
a couple
sure.
of stories? Yes, we will do them very, very fast in the next 3 minutes. But we feel that is what we owe the global tribe to travel.
Absolutely. We want to see
Well,
some global.
mini tour. Okay, let's go.
So, in the spirit of gifting, we open this little journey around the planet, our one home, with a poem called Gift. And what if all your soul has ever longed for were already here and now? And and here and now and here and now. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. The gift was given long ago. Time to unravel what is yours to live. Do not lose patience with yourself, though you have failed 1,000 times. Life longs to play the violin with you, producing tunes of here and now, and here and now. Breathe in, breathe out, until you realize the gift and you are one. Have always been. Breathe in, breathe out, and with that, to Africa.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Welcome to Africa. We are the youth of Africa, the young women and the young men. And we welcome you to Nakibale refugee settlement. We may be refugees from the war in the Congo, but here our gift is we are transforming our pain and suffering in this refugee camp where we are exiles, homeless, into Nyumba ya Umoja, a home of unity. Nyumba, home, Umoja, unity. Welcome to Nyumba ya Umoja.
From Africa to Asia.
Namaste, namaste. We are the women of the slums of Mumbai, of Koro. And our gift that we offer you is to transform the violence and oppression that we have suffered and our belief in our powerlessness into our realization. We are not powerless. We have the power within ourselves, in the inner home of our hearts. We have the power with each other in the local homes each one of us lives in. And together we have the power to transform our powerlessness, to bring about change in the whole world, because this earth is our one home. So our gift is Shakti. Shakti means power, and all of us have power.
And finally, welcome to the beginning of the
Abhyayala.
Oh, we are moving to Abhyayala from Asia to Mexico.
Welcome to the Americas. We are the indigenous elders of Abhyayala. And our gift in this time of deep division is to bring back Omeyotal, the great unity under the duality, and the remembrance that we all can live buen vivir, that the important gift of life is to live together in harmony with all of life.
Ometeo. And from Abhyayala, we welcome you to the beginning of the second year of the One Home journey to the Philippines.
Welcome to our school. We are the children of the Kauswagen Central Elementary School, and we are so proud that now Kauswagen is the first municipality to be named a home for humanity. Our parents lived for 50 years of war, and there was so much poverty and hunger in our land, but now there is peace between our Muslim and our Christian brothers and sisters, and we are planting organic unity gardens for peace here in our school, and all over our municipality. And that is how we are going to create a world that is a home for humanity in unity with all life on earth. And that's what we call Kalibutan. Kalibutan is the earth. It means all of life on earth and all of the consciousness that connects us with everyone alive. Thank you.
Dear friends, all of these cases were homes for humanity. And we close with another poem that takes us into the second year of the journey. And again, it is entitled Gift. And once more, happy birthday, dear Scott. Gift. Yes! And even if I got the message that all life would end tomorrow and the universe would vanish, I would still bake my bread and would reserve some grains for planting futures. How could I possibly abandon life in such a crucial moment, having received the greatest gift of all, falling in love abundantly and madly with existence on every single day?
Oh, I love you two so much. I love how theatrical you are and you're willing, and the way you convey your embodied memory. For example, the Philippine municipality. So you really embody your memory of who you met and then convey it back to us. It's a gift. It is an amazing and rare and unique gift that you have. Really, wow.
Thank you, Scott, for letting us share that. And it was just a way to say what you just did a few moments ago, that this for us is really a shared journey. You know, what was very beautiful, the reason we were in the Philippines is, much to our surprise, we were invited to receive a peace prize. And we said we will accept it on condition that you accept that the prize is a collective prize for everyone who's been involved in this journey, who's been involved over the years, who's been involved in this past year, and who will be involved in all the years to come. And they allowed us to do so. So you won't believe it. We went on stage in this magnificent, beautiful ceremony with our earth and with our bag of all the cloths. So we were carrying all the geographies and all the cultures and all the people and all the animals that we had met. And symbolically, we had an empty bag from the Philippines gifted to us by a young social entrepreneur woman who would symbolize the empty bag of all the people and cultures and countries to come. And we received the gift, the prize, in our collective name. And it was an invitation to say, we would love that everyone joins, everyone shares what is their gift to life and how would they like to be connected in this weaving of this journey. And there is a little page which you just shared called Join the Journey, which shows all the different ways people can join. I think it's it's
I'll pull it up right here. Here we go.
pull it up. And we would love to hear. Yes, it's, I believe, under
right in the
One
middle.
Home University. Just if you, yes, right there.
Number two.
Number two, join the journey, and it gives all kinds of ways that people can join by just sharing the story, by sharing their responses, their comments, by sharing their gifts, by hosting us, by becoming their organization, becoming a home for humanity,
or by participating in the events that we do online in each and every country. We call them Earth Citizens Agoras, on site and online. So there are many ways, and we are continuing to weave the global tribe all together, Scott. So you, your community, all of us together do have a chance of building a beautiful new sunrise, which is emerging behind your head. And
beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm going to, of course, send this out to everybody. We're also going to make a separate segment of what we just recorded, and I'll send that to you. And also we'll put it on our playlist. And I love you both so much, and I hope to see you. I will see you.
We will.
In March.
We will plan it ASAP, very early, so we can, make it live.
And dear Scott, happy
Happy
birthday.
Somewhere in the
you-
flood of emails you'll receive, there'll be our wishes on Christmas Day, and we'll
Well,
celebrate with you.
Thank you. WhatsApp is a good way. Now that we've got
WhatsApp,
that,
only
let's use the
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp to
Only
talk
WhatsApp.
getting started.
Yeah.
Me too.
Love you guys so
Much
much.
love.
70 hugs and more.